personal injury law firm and the Best of Indiana County contest, Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. It's time for a visit from our friends at the Indiana County Veterans Providers Group, and if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can see Al Lockard in the studio, but what you don't see, or who you don't see, is Diann Overman, because she's on the phone. Hi, Diann.
Good morning, Josh and Al. How are you guys?
How you doing, Al?
Good.
All right. So, Diann, I understand a lot of things going on with Veterans Providers Group. Let's go ahead and hear for what you have to say about what's going on.
Well, we're pretty excited that this is going to be our first month that the VPG is going to be meeting back in person. We have been meeting virtually since 2020, like a lot of other agencies and organizations. But fortunately, we're going to be meeting at the Career Link this afternoon at 1 o'clock for the first time in years, face-to-face. And, there's a lot of benefit when you're able to network with people, with human touch and eye contact and things like that. So we're real excited about getting back to normal and meeting face-to-face this afternoon. We will have a virtual option as well because we do have a lot of our partners that are out of the county and travel, so we are still having a virtual option for them to join us as well, but that's exciting for us. Something else that's coming up is the Veterans Parsonage car show that will be on Sunday, July 16th. It's always a great day with food trucks and live music, kids entertainment, bouncy house, lots of free giveaways, school supplies for kids. So try to join them on Sunday, July 16th from 2 to 6. That is the parsonage over across from the Rustic Lodge there. That is their main fundraiser for the year, so we really want people to come out and support that organization. Something else that's coming up on July 8th is the Operation Vet Now Resource Expo. That is going to be at the parking lot at the Nazarene Church on 119 in Homer City. Mm-hmm. That is another great resource that's at one-stop shop kind of place for veterans, so please join us for that one on July 16th. We're going to be getting ready for the fair. Believe it or not, we're talking about fall events now.
Oh, boy.
Al's going to talk a little bit about the memorial wall that's continuing to grow at the courthouse and how you can participate in honoring a veteran in your life or family. And we just want to shout out to Major General Rodney Ruddick, who's going to be recognized this Thursday evening at the Indiana County Business Hall of Fame. He is the chairman selection that's going to be honored. He was very instrumental in the VPG growing to where it is. Mm-hmm. When we first started, we were under a grant with the Housing Authority with Dr. Dunlap at the time. That grant was not renewed, but at the time, he was the commissioner here, and him and the other commissioners very much valued the work that the VPG was doing. So they continued to fund my position at the county level as a consultant. So he was very instrumental in where we are. And again, this is a strong group of 80-plus partners that get together on a monthly basis to coordinate services. So any veteran that has a need in terms of housing or, education, employment, health benefits, we coordinate those, those services all together and meet on a monthly basis. And it's just been something that has been a great resource for this county, not only for people working with veterans, but obviously for the veterans that we serve. And Al is another instrumental partner in that as well.
All right. Well, Diann, thanks very much. I know you've got a lot of work ahead of you, so we'll try to soldier on as best we can. But thanks again for calling in.
All right. We wish everybody happy 4th of July as well.
All right. Thanks, Diann.
Thanks, Josh.
All right. So Diann touched on it there, Al. The Veterans Memorial at the Indiana County Courthouse continues to grow. I'm seeing, actually, the progress that has been made. They've kind of expanded, looked like an expanded seating area, an expanded area for bricks as well.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be have the opportunity for about 700 additional bricks.
700?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so, we've been trying to get this out. It's been in the paper. It's been on radio with you guys several times. We're developing some new flyers that are going to go out throughout the community. But a big call out to our community and say to people, because I just heard recently that people have a misunderstanding that these bricks are memorial bricks, and
right.
they are honor bricks.
Right.
So they are for veterans, whether they're alive or deceased, And for individuals, they do not have to have served in a major conflict somewhere. They just need to have been in the service and discharged with an honorable discharge.
Mm-hmm. So that service can be stateside, it can be foreign, it can be simple work, it can be complicated work. The big requirement is just that honorable discharge.
That's correct, Josh, and that's the same as the bricks that are currently over there. The clear distinction between the two different types of wall that's over there. One is a memorial wall. That is for our fallen soldiers.
Right.
That is the bronze-plated plaque that you see up there with the beautiful inscribing of the different wars and so forth.
Yeah.
And then the yellow bricks that are there, those are actually inscribed bricks that are bricks to honor our veterans that are possibly still alive or deceased. And so those individuals that are interested in a brick, all they have to do is reach out to our office, and you can call 724-465-8315. And you can either do that, or you can go onto the website, the county's website, county courthouse website.
Yeah,
and that's
IndianaCountyPA.gov.
There you go. And on there, if you go to the veteran site itself, you can download the application. The fee is $125.
That was my next question. What was the fee associated with this? But that is a good way, though, to commemorate somebody who's been a great service to our nation.
Absolutely.
All right.
And we need to get the first portion of that done. And we have a rush to try and do it before winter. Don't know that that's going to happen, but we're looking for 250 bricks initially. Right now we're at about 125, so we need another 125.
So halfway to the goal then.
Exactly.
All right. So another thing that was that Diann briefly touched on, and you showed me the flyer for that too, is that car cruise that's coming up. Obviously, this is going to be a big fundraiser for the group.
It is. That particular car show initially started out here on Philadelphia Street, and then they took it over there to the parsonage, which is, if your listeners all know, is actually the parsonage of the church that has been converted to be the Veterans Homeless Shelter.
Right.
And so they use the parking lot of the church as well as a lot of the grass area, and the turnout for that is just fantastic.
Are you still taking applications for that?
They are still taking and basically they'll have individuals show up day of.
Oh, wow.
So, they get the placard for the vehicles. The people that do the car cruise things are very familiar with this. And DJ Straubin is very instrumental in setting this whole program up for us each year.
All right. So we've been paying a lot of tribute to our veterans and to the people who have fallen over the last few weeks. Obviously, Memorial Day a couple weeks ago. Last week, Flag Day was a great ceremony, I think, over at the new Field of Honor, which is over at Oakland Cemetery. So we're seeing a lot of ways that Indiana County people are paying tribute to the fighting men and women who served our nation. Absolutely,
Josh. And I tell you, here's an opportunity for us to, thank the people of this county, as well as say to the commissioners who continue to support the veterans programs throughout the county itself and the state. A lot of people aren't aware of the fact and need to know that those resources that you see out there every year on Memorial Day weekend, those flags and flag holders that you see, those foot markers that you see at the foot of the grave for our veterans, those are provided by the county itself.
Wow.
So, I'm the Director of Veterans Affairs for Indiana County, and my budget requires me to provide, I purchase every year over 12,000 flags for the county. So, and then the flag holders that go along with those. So to the county, I say, and the taxpayers of this community, thank you for your support, because without that, we don't see those things for Memorial Day and Flag Day.
Right, definitely. And those things stay up for a long time, but also it's an effort to get those things into the ground. I think I remember a few years ago, Boy Scouts were handling that detail at one point.
Yeah, we have a huge contingent of Boy Scouts and also American Legions and the VFWs and just local citizens that say, hey, this is our church, this is our cemetery. They come in, they pick up the flags, they take them, and they place them on the graves every year.
Last couple of minutes with Al Lockard. Anything else that is coming up pretty soon that we need to talk about?
One last quick thing, Josh, and that is PACT Act. Okay, so the PACT Act is a program that Congress just recently passed, and it was back in August of 22. And that allows veterans to apply for additional benefits, whether it be compensation or pension, and it opens up some different facilities throughout not only the state of Pennsylvania, but the United States. If you have questions about the PACT Act and whether or not you qualify for certain benefits, please reach out to our office.
And again, the phone number for the office?
724-465-3815.
And again, you can also find them on the Indiana County government website, indianacountypa.gov. Also Facebook, right?
Facebook it is, yes.
All right, excellent. Al, thank you very much for joining us. I wish we could talk more, but we're running short on time. But thanks again for coming in, and thank Diann as well.
I'll do that, Josh. Thank you.
Thanks again to Al Lockard and Diann Overman for joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interview presented by Marcus and Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. It is 8:57, getting close to 8:58. In our next hour, we'll have an interview with Carolyn Violi, who's been doing well in the Broadway scene, a native of Indiana, doing well in New York at the big level of Broadway. So we'll be talking with her about what she's been doing as a co-producer of some shows that have been nominated for Tony Awards. That's coming up in our next hour here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth.